FBI, as corrupt gets. Down in Houston, Texas, during the Iran-Contra Manuel Noriega, Ferdinand and Imelda Marcos, and all the other gun running and dope trafficking the Bushes and the Clintons were doing from the 26th floor of the Houstonian estates, the FBI ran cover along with the U.S. Secret Service just as intensely as they could. I watched Maxine Waters make a statement about how the FBI don't have any credibility. Well, I've got to say that during the 1980s and 90s and 2000s, and even today, when you try to reveal to the corrupt bastards at FBI anything actionable intelligence on corruption in the gangster mafias, they just hang up the phone on you. Maxine Waters, you're absolutely correct. The FBI is about as useful as tits on a boar hog. They're corrupt out the ass. 100% lying sacks of shit, just like William Barr. And I think that sums it up. When you take a look into the land swindles and the bank robberies and the savings and loan robberies and all the consumer fraud associated with the land swindles that I exposed in Texas and Oregon and Alaska and Hawaii and Florida and the Carolinas and the Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Arizona, New Mexico, Missouri, Utah's full of this stuff. The FBI did nothing except cover it up. Just like they're covering up for Deutsche Bank and J.P. Morgan Chase today. Case number 1986, 17-930. Witham versus Western Banks. State District Court, Harris County, originally in Judge Russell T. Lloyd's court. The law firm of Sewell and Riggs and Baker and what was the name? Baker and Botts. Old James Baker III, the former Secretary of State that running around there making all those cameos with Joanna Herring King and that bunch from Charlie Wilson's War, being operated and funded and managed from the 26th floor of the Houstonian estates. You see, ladies and gentlemen, Joanna Herring King and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and the Bushes were running all kinds of secret wars from the 26th floor of the Houstonian estates. And James Baker III, you can rot in hell, buddy. You can burn in hell, Baker III, because you're full of shit, just like Mueller and Comey. Totally full of shit, James Baker III. Along with Alberto Gonzales from Humble, Texas, old Shrub's little attorney general, that sack of lying shit from Houston and Humble, Texas. And then, of course, you had that crocodile wrestling freaking skank, Janet Marino. She was nothing but a skank. And, of course, you've got this joke with Sessions and Barr going on with Mueller and Comey and Stotts and all these other slobs and stinking lying pieces of shit from the FBI. Corruption? Ask yourself a question. Where in the flying hell are the trillions that walked off from the savings and loans and banks and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and all this real estate fraud all over America and around the world. So the next time Christopher Wray takes to the airways and opens his mouth, remember, if Christopher Wray's mouth is moving, he's deceiving you. Typical FBI director. Same with the director of the CIA. And this total low-life, no good sack of crap, Zuckerberg and Facebook. Facebook's nothing but a fascist censorship tool. They don't want anything even remotely substantive to get out into the world about the massive corruption called the United States government. Now, some people would go, oh, what the hell is he talking about? Well, let me explain to you real quickly here something. Let me get a piece of paper and see if I can help you with some simple math. Simple math. Your $100 reserve note, if you can even see that, a $100 reserve note costs 15 cents to print. 15 pennies. Leaving $99.85 as a profit from the first bill, from bill number 1. $99.85. Now, with that $99.85 from the first reserve note that costs 15 cents to print, how many more $100 reserve notes are you capable of printing now that you've got $99.85 to print more of them? And if you can't figure out the scam here, ladies and gentlemen, just go back to your America's Funniest Home Videos, go back to your horror shows and your horror movies and your pornographic crap, and go on back to your favorite music videos and just go right along with your mindless pursuit of your own personal idiocy. $100 reserve notes cost 15 cents. 15 cents. So from each $100 reserve note, how many more can you print? And this is the problem in America. So many people are so fluoridated and vaccinated and indoctrinated and brainwashed from shit like Facebook. Facebook's nothing but shit. And that Zuckerberg is nothing more than a little Nazi. He's a little Jewish piece of road apple. He's a Jewish road apple. How about that, folks? Well, maybe I take that back. He might be a Khazar, a Khazarian, one of those gypsy hillbilly one of those fake Jewish people that's written about in the Bible. Back when the Bible was originally written, they talked about beware of the fake Jew, because they're underhanded, lying shit. And I'm sure I'll get censored from YouTube for saying so. Facebook's got me in lockdown. They don't want me having any contact with, intelligent human beings on the face of the earth, because me and Cartman there from what's the name of that cartoon show where you will obey my authority? I can't. South Park. There we go. I use language like Cartman on, South Park. Shit, right? So Facebook has to censor me. Ladies and gentlemen, the FBI is the most corrupt, deceptive pile of shit in the history of the United States. And I'm sure that they love me for saying so. The Western banks, KPMG Financial, Carlisle Group, Bearing Point, and that whole little gang of shit swirling around the Houstonian Estates. The 26th floor of the Houstonian Estates. George Bush Jr. You go fuck yourself, Georgie Jr. And your whole little Clinton, Joanna Herring King, James Baker gang, and that whole bunch of Oliver North and Secord and Poindexter and old Bud McFarlane and Robert Owens and Michael Atkinson. I can name all the names that were operating from Lamar Terrace, uptown Houston. They're in the operational center of the FBI, Secret Service, CIA weapons trafficking operations of Houston, Texas. And to Christopher Wray, if you don't like it, buddy, tough fucking shit. Ladies and gentlemen, look for the links below and remember one thing. They are running the biggest damn con job on you imaginable. They're keeping you distracted with, oh, now even they got maybe a war. They're trying to start war. Old Jimmy Bolton's war there with Iran. You know, and we're back to distraction in the Persian Gulf because we don't want this fact getting out. It's the massive money missing from Fannie Mae, HUD, Freddie Mac, the banks, the mortgage system, the trillions that walked off. That's how they rig American elections. Jimmy Comey and Bobby Mueller there, go to hell, you lying sacks of shit. And Donald Trump, your bankers at old Deutsche Bank, what a bunch of dirty slobs with J.P. Morgan Chase and that goofbag Trey Gowdy. You want to get into some truth, Mr. Donald J. Trump? Let's talk about how they're using real estate games and funny little foreclosures to launder vast amounts of money out of Europe into the United States, and how we're laundering money from the United States into Russia and Europe and China and Singapore and Dubai. Let's talk about Dubai and the French Riviera, you know. Monte Carlo. Hell, I've got the owners of the Western banks and their palaces on the yacht basin in Monte Carlo. Ain't that amazing? So Donald J. Trump, the next time you get wanting to have a registry for people that have been censored on social media, they started shutting my channels down at YouTube, Google, Facebook. I've been shut down all over the place. Shadow banned, you know, kicked off, thrown in jail. They don't want the truth out in this world. They do not want the truth out. Because what Facebook is doing is full-blown fascism. They're controlling the colloquy. They're controlling the discussion. It's the same thing as your telephone service being cut off for your sharing the truth, or your, you know, postal deliveries being suspended because you're exchanging information that the government and their fascist corporate gangster bankster slobs that work for the CIA and the deep state and operate the military industrial complex, that they don't want the truth getting out. And the truth is, $100 reserve notes cost 15 cents to make. So you got $99.85 left over from the first bill. How many more $100 reserve notes can you make? Can you manufacture? As Jon Stewart said, Imagineer. How many more $100 reserve notes can you produce for $99.85? And the answer, quite simply, is you never have to stop. You can make $100 reserve notes from now until hell freezes over from the profits from the first one. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the matrix and the construct of your enslavement. Enslavement. Welcome to the reservation. Isn't the manor and the plantation fabulous today? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaving it right there. And as always, hasta la vista. God bless, and we will be back.